Hello, all you amazing energy people, healers, intuitives, and mediums, any kind of person that deals with energy. Today's topic is all about the power of your words, the power of using high frequency words versus low frequency words, and how that can impact what you receive in your life. Stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my 6-figure professor's salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of words and the difference between certain words. And you can measure the power yourself, or the frequency of the words yourself. So there are adjectives that you apply to events and to yourself and to people. And so imagine if you call something good versus extraordinary, right? When you say something is good, you're kind of giving it a B grade. But when you say extraordinary, you're giving it an A plus. Right? This is way, way better. So this gives it a lot more energy. It's just like when someone asks, how are you? If you say, I'm okay, instead of saying, I'm extraordinary, right? Feel the difference when you say it yourself. Try it. Go ahead, try it. Say, I'm okay. I'm extraordinary, right? And by giving you that added punch, it's the same thing when you pay compliments to people, right? You look great versus you look radiant. Great is not that bad. It's a pretty good word. It has a frequency of about 450. But when you say radiant, you're talking in the high fives, right? So you can tell that there is a difference in the power of that word. Like the difference between happy and joyous, right? Happy, you're like 450, 480. Joyous, you're over 600, because joy operates around the frequency of 600. And I'm using the Hawkins scale. You can use any arbitrary scale, 0 to 10, 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000. So when somebody asks you, how are you? You can say, I'm fabulous, I'm wonderful, I am extraordinary, right? So this is really important because it adds that energy into your being, and like attracts like, right? So when you put that high energy into you, you will attract more high energy. And remember, any kind of wealth, your health, your love life, and your money is all energy, right? So I'm going to talk also about the power of asking for opposites. What does that mean? If you say, like I've been associated with, I've gone to meetings for addicts, for example, like Narcotics Anonymous. And we have had a former member of the family be an addict, right? Instead of saying, I don't want an addict in my life, you're actually asking to have an addict in your life. Instead, you say, I want a happy, successful, even joyous person in my life. That has a way different energy. Right? By saying, I don't want an addict in my life, that sentence has an energy down in the 200 to 300 range, where when you say, I want a happy, successful, joyous person in my life, that is way bigger, much higher energy, and you will attract it. I don't want an angry person. I don't want an argumentative person. I don't want somebody to yell at me. Stop yelling at me. These are all really low energy sentences. So when you ask for something, ask for the positive, right? I'd love to have a career with flex time up to 30 hours a week, right? That's way different than saying, I don't want a job with long hours, right? I'd love to have a generous, kind person in my life instead of saying, I don't want an angry person in my life. This is so much more powerful. So ask for the positive and avoid the negative. And one way to say it is, angry people are in my rearview mirror. They're part of my past. Right? By saying things like that, that is a positive statement. Angry people are part of my past. That's a positive statement. There's not a single don't, won't, can't. Right? Those are all positive words. And so in that, the last two topics, the frequency of your words and the power of asking positive, asking for things in the positive rather than the negative, that is a way to construct affirmations that work, right? So it needs to be stated in the positive, stated in the present tense as if it is already here, like I am. It's already here. It must be believable and in your mind achievable. Anything is achievable, but it needs to be in your mind achievable. And there are a few statements that you can put in front of something that might be outrageous for you. Like, it is possible for somebody to make $1 million a month, for example. But it is not in your mind. Like in my mind, if somebody said, next month you'll make $1 million, and I'm going, not possible, right? And it might even be $10,000 a month. For me, that's totally possible, right? But, and easy, like it's easy for me to get there because I have had this in the past very easily. I'm about there now, right? So that's easy. But if I were to say next, $50,000 flows into my bank account every month, in my mind, that is a little too far out of reach for me, although it is utterly possible, right? So you can use statements in front of your affirmations that could work by putting things in the front by saying, it's now okay to have $50,000 flow into my bank account every month. Or, instead of it's now okay, I'm willing it to be okay for $50,000 to flow into my bank account every month. So what you've done is you've taken the unbelievable in your own mind and you transformed it into something that is utterly believable for you. I'm willing for it to be okay, right? Because now your mind has to go around two corners, and then you get to the last point and your mind goes, oh, that's really desirable. And I am willing for it to be okay. And so by taking affirmations that work, right, like that, I am, right, or when I'm saying about earning, for example, my favorite statement is to take the amount that you want to have flow into your bank account and have it flow into your bank account. Why? Because that doesn't put any conditions on how the money got there, right? We don't want to have in our own mind you with a pickaxe, slaving away in a gold mine, trying to get it to work like it's hard work. It isn't hard work. You have to do the right kind of work, but it isn't hard work. By not placing any conditions on how things happen for you, it allows them to happen in an unexpected way. right? I was saying, you know, it's okay for $10,000 to flow into my bank account every month when I was just starting my business. And all of a sudden I got a call from somebody who wanted to buy a piece of old desert property that I've had for a long time. And they wanted to offer me quite a bit of money. Well, that transaction never occurred, but there was a surprise, right? And now they're starting to ask for that property again a few years later. So it looks like it's going to sell soon. My dad bought it in 1961, paid a ridiculous amount of money for it, and I've paid taxes on it since 1974. It was a wedding gift. It was kind of a backhanded gift. Anyway, I appreciate it. So then last is when to use these statements. Right? So best time of day is first thing in the morning with your morning energy hygiene ritual. Like I get up and the first thing I do is I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful. And some of the programming statements state them at least 10 times. Why? Because if you state them 10 times and you focus in on them, the part that's resisting it in your body will release it. Like I can feel it when I say something like $10,000 flows into my bank account every month. I can feel like there's a resistance down in my solar plexus, and as I speak it, it releases. I can feel it bubble up and come out of my body. So that's the resistance being released. So saying it 10 times. And as long as they focus on your current dreams and desires and have your goals clear in mind while you're speaking them. And again, they must be believable, means that you truly believe they are possible. And if they are not, you can then say, I am willing for it to be okay, to allow your subconscious mind to take over your conscious mind and be able to handle it. And remember to keep all of your energy hygiene up. So I hope that was helpful today. Today I talked about the energy of words and why it's important when you describe yourself, your circumstances, the people around you with high frequency words, how like attracts like. The second is the power of asking for the opposites, right? If you ask for something and state what you don't want, you will most likely get what you don't want. What you want to do is say what you don't want is in your rearview mirror. And last is how to construct affirmations that work and when to use affirmations. I hope that was helpful today, and if so, please give me a thumbs up or 5-star rating, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.